So welcome all of you to new moon, especially uh, today the importance is it's called what is it?
Mauni Amavas.
Mauni Amavasya. Okay. Mauni means actually silence. Maybe that's the reason I'm not able to feel to speak.
So I think we'll go into a silence meditation.
Yeah. So it's to honoring our ancestors because certain time ancestor energy is very high. So it's all from the awareness of great people. So today we are honoring our ancestors. Who are our real ancestors? Our parents, grandparents, great grandparents from both sides, their siblings. It's a big, it's a big crowd actually. Even when we work on family constellation, sometimes uh, I think last year one of the constellation it reached up to 11 generation. In the 11th generation there is an adoption. So what happens, his that adopted person's biological parents are totally denied. Even after the 11th generation is carrying that feeling of abandonment, not good enough, poverty consciousness. But why I'm sharing this, because very recently, 2 to 3 days back, that same person called me and share the changes after that constellation. Because it's very important to honor our ancestor. If we consider ourselves as a tree, our ancestors are roots. So it's so important to strengthen our roots. Interestingly, mostly we know our uh, grandfather. Some of us know our great grandfather or great grandmother, great, those great level, but very few know their great. And it keep on going, we have no idea. Because even I also try to root from where it comes because I know my great grandfather, but when I go back, I have no idea from where, because my great grandfather leave all his places and come to a space and become the king in that space. So only people only know about that great grandfather. Nobody know about great grandfather's mother or father. No idea. So that's the reason actually the constellation works helping us to connecting to that roots. Even in our deeper meditation, we can connect to our roots. Recently, one of the meditation, I connect to one of my great grandfather who and his son, because that son is not directly connected, but that son fell into a well. They lost their life in well. Because why I connected? Because sometimes, even in the path of meditation, even in this journey, sometimes I immediately feel like I'm in darkness. There is so much darkness. Immediately, sometimes that feeling is not there, but it several times it is coming, it is going. So one day I feel I need to connect to what is this darkness. It immediately connecting me to that ancestor. Even I don't know. But interestingly, when I talk with this with my father, He shared a story where when he's in small, he lost his friend who fall in the well. So there is a resonation, there is a connection. So he always fear well. That's because when my brother born, he always say, no, there is no need of a well in the home. He don't like well, but he don't know why. Because when I share this, he feels, whoa, that's a sense of connection of that fear. Even some of our fears, we cannot say it is irrational or it is illogical. It has some deep connection. Every fear, every experience, sometimes it is taking from our ancestors. So it's so important, we need to acknowledge and respect. And interestingly, some ancestors are totally excluded. So we need to include. Even we don't know, but we can open our heart, because today, the day is ancestral energies are so high. I don't know how many of you watched that movie. What is the name of that movie? Coco.
Ah, Coco.
Yeah, Coco. There is a movie called Coco. In that movie, it's clearly showing the exclusion part and then the inclusion part, the importance. Anybody really want to watch? I think it's in Netflix. The movie named Coco, clearly showing that how that talent is bringing back. So it's so important, we need to honor our ancestors, even if we don't know. We need to open up, because some days, some energy space, it's more easier to connect. Sometimes when you connect, even now you are very happy, but when you connect, sometimes you start feeling tears rolling out. It's fine. Don't feel it's something scary.
Especially when we walk a path which is very different from our ancestors, even though we know all these things intellectually, that we respect them and we are walking on a different path, unconsciously some guilt comes up, some pain comes up, because we feel we are betraying them, or we are not following them, or we are not considering their own ways. So these are the moments you can really align to that and say that, we are all evolving, and we can feel the ancestral support in this moment, especially in the meditation. We can feel the ancestral support, knowing that even if we are on a different path, they are there to bless us and support us.
Yes, that's very important, because mostly there are a lot of ancestors, they struggled, they go through a lot of struggles. But when normally what happens, our blind love, very unconscious loyalty inside, want to follow that struggle. Or some ancestors, they have some difficult in relationship, we keep following that difficulty. It's all come from out of hidden loyalties. So this blessing, when we open our heart and we can ask, even if I'm doing differently, bless me. It's really, we are appreciating their struggles. We really appreciate their struggles, actually. Because when you observe, when we are parents, we struggle and we do something for our children. What we really want is they need to be happy, right? We really want that, okay, I struggled, so you also struggle. No, I don't think so, because I am also a parent. I always feel, okay, how much we can reduce their struggle. The same thing actually our ancestors want. Whatever they struggled, when we experience lot of comfort, lot of happiness, they feel their struggle is rewarded. But mostly our ego, which feels guilt, because my masters share, guilt is an emotion, which is the root cause of guilt is ego. Because out of our ego, we become more guilty in life. We denied certain people's sacrifice. Even in one of my constellation, I see that constellator, that facilitator asked me to connect to my grandfather, who is a great grandfather, is a contractor. So in that journey, there are some people, they lost something. So we need to uh, ask them to be kind. We can look in, we can ask them, please look at us with more lot of kindness, rather than showing arrogance. Sometimes our consciousness, our mind has certain arrogance. We say, okay, so that I also need to suffer. That's an arrogance, I'm telling. Okay, I give you suffering, so I'm also going through suffering. Actually, that is arrogance way. When I did some mistake and I want punishment, is an arrogance. It's an unconscious arrogance. So even if I did some mistake, still I deserve to live happily, is the nature of our soul, to bring that deservability. But mostly we need to acknowledge that, including me, there are some arrogance. Sometimes we are arrogant, because arrogance always coming from ignorance. We don't know. But mostly the masters shared, when you accept that ignorance, there is curiosity. But when you deny that ignorance, and when we want to feel that, yes, I know, that is called arrogance. When we created that sort of feelings, even some lot of things we don't know. Even we don't know why today is the ancestral day, why this ancestor, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But it's okay. In that ignorance, we can sometimes connecting to that space, we can open ourselves. Questioning is so important in life. We need to question, but with more openness, with curiosity to experiment. Before questioning, first thing is experiment. We need to experiment everything actually. For example, in someone tell you that, okay, you can go in that space and meditate, you get more energy. Rather than questioning, you go and sit and meditate. That is the questioning actually, to experiment. We sit, we do, because we don't know so many things. We don't know so many magic existing in this world, so many portals. Still, we are trying to figure out. So, a lot of masters are telling today is the best day for honoring our ancestors. So, we are experimenting. Okay, today we sit, we meditate. What are the changes we are going to experience? Not in the way of questioning what changes. No, we observe. When we observe, subtle changes is there. Actually, in the path of meditation, changes are very subtle, very small. It looks very small, but it effect and impact is very big in our life. So gratitude means observing that subtle, and we need to acknowledge it. Because there is a story I like to share before starting. It's not connected with ancestors, but still it's connected with ancestors, because one of the uh, chief of a palace, that chief has some psoriasis in the body. So that chief want to heal, and chief get an understanding that there is a master. Is actually our ancestors are also like masters. So there is a master in that place. When you meet that master has some medicine to heal you. So this chief is very arrogant. So chief said, no, 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 I want the master to come and meet me. I'm not ready to go. So this master will know this, and master said, no, no, I'm not coming. I sit here. So after some days, that chief decided, okay, I'll go there and meet the master, but with a lot of pride and all. So once he go there, the master didn't give him an appointment. He only shared that, okay, when he go back, there is a pond. Ask him to bath in that pond, and everything will be released. So he feels more angry, because I am the chief and the master Who is this big master? Anyway, the people around him telling that anyway the master is sharing something, we can just experiment. And he experimented. He experimented in the pond. Once he come out from the pond, everything is gone. All the psoriasis are gone. So interesting part is after the psoriasis are gone, when he come back to home, his wife immediately surprised and say, "Wow, what a wonderful master! All the psoriasis is gone." So immediately this chief said, "No, no, it's not the power of a master. It's because there are some problem in my skin. It's removed because of the water, because of that pond. I just bath because maybe I'm not bathing properly. That's why." Once he shared this with so much arrogance, everything come back into the body because it's called lack of acknowledging the subtle. Sometimes we never acknowledge certain subtle changes. So that's why in constellation we share, we need to deeply observe everything, acknowledge everything, whatever brings, whatever come up, don't question, just acknowledge it, just absorb it. Then we experience deep changes. So here also in honoring the ancestor means acknowledging the presence. We are respecting their presence because I am here, it is because of them. And there are a lot of qualities. Whatever the qualities I have right now, it is because of my ancestors. Sometimes in our vertical angle game, means a tree also go in a vertical. It's called vertical axis. Oh, y axis. In that journey, we feel, oh, all this because of my soul journey. Everything. But we forget our horizontal line, our root. Actually, in every lifetime, we are rooted in some family system. And every family system provided certain deep roots. So even we acknowledge this root, we acknowledge our soul's all lifetime roots. That's a way of hologram. When we acknowledge one thing, we acknowledge so many things. That's why there is a saying called a drop contains the ocean. When we simply acknowledge our ancestors, we really acknowledge our soul.
And some of y'all may have the doubt that can they hear us? Can they see us? Yes, they can see us, they can hear us, they can do everything. Only thing is that when they are communicating, we are not able to receive the communication because of the frequency difference. So imagine if we die and we want to communicate, and the rest of the family is like, ah, it's over, everything is over.
Yeah, there is another question always come is, okay, if my ancestor who died and he take another birth or he reincarnated in some place, of course, but there is a realm, that realm is for ancestors. There, that ancestor's soul energy imprint, even that body imprint, it exists.
It exists as higher soul. That's why only the a part of our soul is actually coming into the body. The higher soul always exists above us.
So even when we are sitting here, we are also ancestors. Ancestors of some lifetime, some places we are ancestors. That's a very interesting thing. So when you honor ancestor, you are honoring this ancestor. So when you honor that ancestor means you are honoring that ancestor as a wise being. You are honoring yourself as a wise being. Same way our soul wisdom awaken inside. So that's why again, the honoring the ancestry is very important. And it's also strengthen the flow of love. So love always flow from the parents to children. It's a flow from higher to lower. So our ancestors are always bigger and we are always smaller. So its flow is like this. And beautiful statement we can tell to our ancestor is, I live my life as a gift for you, because they smile at you. The moment you say this statement to your ancestor, I'm going to live my life as a gift for you. So most of the time we say, I'm going to live my life following you. I'm ruining my life. I'm destroying my life because you left me. Because I see some people, they have grandmother, they have so much connection with their grandmother, and one day grandmother left the body. Immediately the child is telling, oh my dear grandmother, you left the body, you are not in this world. So I get all the love only from you. So today onwards, I stop receiving love as my gratitude. That's not gratitude, because love always enhanced. So that's why when a parent who, for example, if you are the second child and the parent is giving you so much love, means the first child, they love the first child. They learn how to love from that first child. So that first child also need to acknowledge that. That's why we always like, we need siblings. We want siblings, especially younger siblings. And elder sibling also we like, because they teach my parents how to love. So that sibling line is so important. So these are the way actually we are connected. So many things. Because I know so many of you are consciously or unconsciously, maybe you love your grandfather, you love your grandmother, and when they left the body, after that, you keep on complaining that my mother never loves me, my father is not loving me. But truth is, I stopped receiving love out of my grief and out of my gratitude. So what happened? Those who died, they feels burdened, because when we do like this, even when your parents, I see in one of my own previous reincarnation, I have a daughter, and that daughter, because of her husband, I don't know why I'm sharing this today, maybe some of you need this story. Because my daughter's husband, he is not allowing her to see me, seeing the father. And one day I died. And what happened? The daughter started angry at the husband and start ruining the life. Interestingly, I see, even I died, even I vacated my body, I am trying to communicating to my daughter again and again that, my daughter, it's my time. It's not the fault of your husband. It's not the fault of the circumstance, but she is not ready to listen. She is in rage. She is in anger. So I experienced from that lifetime how much the suffocation a soul is going through when someone is going to do something for the death one. The death one feels burdened. Through that lifetime, I realized that wisdom. Then I understand my grandfather's teaching. When someone died, you just leave it. Allow it, that soul to leave, go. That is the best thing you can do when you love that person. That through that past life, I realized. Otherwise, I don't have that
That,
wisdom.
that doesn't mean that you don't have to grieve. You have to grieve. You have to let go of the emotions. That's very important. Don't don't suppress your emotions and create problems.
But sometimes deeper understanding help. That's why we are in the path of spirituality. Deeper understanding, connecting to grieve properly. Otherwise, sometimes we never grieve. That's what she shared is important. Grief is important. Grief has certain stages. The first stage of grief is we deny everything, we deny. Then we become angry. We are so much in anger. Then we go through certain depression phase. But acceptance is more important, because we see in several constellations, even the death is not accepted. It creates lot of chaos in the family. Even in not only in that situation, it creates chaos in the coming generation when the death is not fully accepted. So grieving means, that's why there is a period for grief. You sit, grieve. No, don't try to heal also that time. That timing is for grieving. Crying time. There is sometimes we need to crying time. Angry time we need. Actually, we need to create certain emotional healing means. Sometimes I know people are anger. Sit with your anger. Meditate on your anger. Because anger has a purpose. Every emotion has purpose. So all these teaching are not to deny any emotion, to embrace the emotion, stay there, completely stay there. And even when you in meditation, when you connect to ancestors or honoring the ancestors, sometimes you feel certain things, but meditate on that after that also. So it brings a lot of insights. So any questions regarding this topic, or anybody has any questions they can ask, then we can do meditation. No questions? So let's do meditation.
Just 1 second. When you said grieving, what is the emotion that you're going through? I mean, like you said, you need to let them go. At the same time, when you say you're grieving, what are you grieving for?
Grief connected with death we share, right?
Yeah. So, what are you grieving for? If you have to let them go, then what are you grieving then for?
Grieving the missing. We are missing their physical presence.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
anything which immediately moving, that gross level is moving, we experience emptiness. For example, if a one chair from your home is take away, you immediately feel there is a lot of space. But sometimes it is a space. In positively, someone who loves space, they are happy. That's why higher masters, they are happy people are leaving. They feel wow, good. They are all leaving. Okay, in the upper level. Maybe my my father-in-law always share a joke like that. Okay, one day everyone die and I still alive and I'm going to drive everybody's car. He's simply joking. But that that's a two way of thinking. One is way where we can feel there is lot of space. Another is the way there is emptiness, void. More mature and more wiser we become slowly. It's not a wiseness, it's a feeling inside. What you feel is more important. Someone feels emptiness, somebody feels space. Sometimes when you have some enmity with somebody and that person died tomorrow, you immediately feels lot of space.
Mm.
It's a natural experience, but it's okay. But the same thing, even some masters they experience when their loved ones also release their or vacated their body. So a lot
So
of
now
people.
I'm saying is that there's a contradiction. I mean, like when you're grieving, how can you let them go?
Yeah, grieving means you are grieving. Letting go means you accepting that they died. So then only this grief comes. So otherwise, the first process is denial. Denial is the process that no, this person never died. Somewhere is this person. Okay, this person here in this way. Some people are keep on feeling like that. Yeah, I also, because years and years they keep believe that the person still alive. Maybe not in the physicality, but through their mind, they create that in the spirit realm, that person is still sitting near me. It's also creating a lot of illusion inside. It's not a grieving process. That's also a grieving means you acknowledge, accept that this person go. It's already gone. So what you are feeling? Then I feel emptiness.
You feel sad naturally. And a lot of people just after death they feel guilt. I should have done this. Oh, we should have done this or that. So a lot of things. Oh, I forgot that he had asked for or she had asked for this. All these things comes together when that person moves away suddenly. But then, yeah, we have to work on those guilt, release the guilt. Then again, you go into the sadness, sit with the sadness, cry over it. And then, you are just accepting that this person is not there anymore in your life. Grieving takes, some people take 1 year to 2 years, some people take longer. It depends upon each person. So you cannot say that, okay, high time you stop grieving and all that. It's like it comes in waves.
Okay. I
Sometimes
got
you
it.
feel everything is okay now, I can manage everything, and suddenly one fine day you'll feel, overwhelmed with that person is not there, and you start crying. It's very natural, but you have to cry.
But I always noticed is the grieving stops with a person who really connect to their soul. Because I see in my mother who is depressed with my uncle who vacated the body, she's so depressed. So one day in the meditation, I did a healing because she's so depressed. She can't do anything. So in that space, even she's not crying, she's depressed. That's the space. But in that meditation, even I don't know whether she can connect it. But through the meditation, I never intend to connect also. But just connecting to her pain, connecting to that space, and at the end, what she immediately connect to that soul. And interestingly, she shared what every scriptures mention. When we meet the soul, that soul is so young. Soul is in a young space, young body. So that's the space she saw. And immediately, even in that meditation, she started smiling. After that, she never ever have that missing or depression or any feelings. Even even she can embrace others that because there are other people also died after that in her family. She can easily because it creates a confidence that I can connect to the soul. So
I
that's
got
also
it. I
a
got it.
helping experience actually. So that's why in this path actually there are a lot of ways. Even people who are in grief, there are ways. It's not needed that we need to stay there for 100 years or 10 years or 20 years. Sometimes we can come out even days, months. We can come. There are possibility existing.
Just one technical question. Is your spouse's ancestor your ancestor considered in the same thing?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Is it? Okay.
Not only the spouse's ancestor, interestingly, there is a dynamic called victim perpetrator dynamic. For example, if your family member victimized someone, that person included in your family. Perpetrator is not included. Victim is included in your family, and victim and their family included.
Okay. Thank you.
And aborted child, miscarried child, stillborn death, it's all included. Even if it is our elder ones, then it is considered as ancestor and we honor. But if it is your younger one, it's not considered as ancestor. But we give respect.
Rupesh, so this is Suresh. Maybe a quick question. First of all, I joined late. Sorry for that. I was at work, and also very grateful that you, as you know, very recently my father passed away. Just completed 12 days that ceremony. So I was very surprised that this particular topic came up today. So I was eager to join. That's why I anyway wanted to join. So and I can relate to the thing what you told, like no, and Priyaji was telling, like though I might have done 100 things for my father, now for past few days I'm always thinking didn't do anything which I could have done. Example, simple thing is, should I have taken him to another hospital, or another thing, or I could have done this, that, or maybe something would have saved him. But the point is that, like, what I realized is also on the positive side. After my mother passed away 6 years back, he was not at all interested so much in life, and he wanted to go. Always whoever he meets keeps on telling that, no, why that God is not taking me and all that. So that way it seems consoling that he is in a better place. And he also had a fall and then fractured his hand. So that way, if he had come back, it could have been you know very painful for him to kind of continue as well. So only thing that I just wanted to, like, ask you that, such kind of regrets, how do we handle, like, I mean, like you said, once this period is over, we will be able to connect with them, or somehow that answers will come to us, or do we need to, so how to, like, so I know I've been here for so long, and I've tried my best to kind of take care of him. But the point is that always, oh, he had asked this and he had asked that, and then maybe I couldn't give that. So that's thought keep coming, at least to me.
Actually, that regrets is coming because, for example, if you love your parents, and definitely in every love, even it's a parent, it's a spouse, in every love, there are so many situations which we carry complaints. We have feeling that they do something injustice to us, they do something wrong to us. So we carry certain complaints, and it is our wound inside. And once we heal these wounds, these regrets also vanished, because this wound is telling that, am I doing a revenge against? Am I doing any revenge? That is the space which creates lot of guilt. For example, if your wounds are completely healed inside, and your connection with your parents are deeper, because I see a lot of people, they have no wounds with their parents, because that wounds are healed. Everywhere there is a scope of wound is there, but once it is healed, that is the moment actually that letting go is very easier. This regret is not there, because we have this tendency, that is the part of our own mind which is coming and telling us that you can do some more better, you are not doing this because they did this to you, they did that to you. It's very unconscious, it's a very deeper unconscious aspect. So more and more we understand our wound. Even the healing the wound doesn't mean, for example, if the parents are vacated, mostly that time those who vacated, we stop healing the wound which connected with them. Especially anger, we feel like, I don't need to be angry because they are not here, how can I be angry? We need to accept that we still have that anger that is connected to our past, that is connected to that past personality also. So must we acknowledge all our emotions, including our anger, including our sadness. Once you completely heal this, you are free from the regrets. That's what normally we noticed in healing.
Yeah, and you can also see how this regret is serving you at this moment.
Yes.
So, what it is teaching you, once you understand what it is teaching you, and you have to also respect your father's choices of what he wants to experience. So, even when everything is created, it's a co creation of everyone's choices. So, your father only wanted to experience only that much. That's why that didn't come into his reality. So you cannot give everything what a person wants, which you feel is good for them. Maybe that soul doesn't need that in their journey. We have to respect that choice. And everything is as it is supposed to be. And even death happens only at the right time.
Yeah, makes. Thank you.
You cannot
Thank
change that. Even if you had taken him to another hospital, also,
you.
he will die.
Yeah, true. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so we can start doing meditation. Close your eyes. Sit in a comfortable posture and close your eyes. Once you close your eyes, completely attending the in-breath and out-breath. When you are observing your breath, observing the breath which is coming in, observing the breath which is staying inside, observing the breath which is releasing, and observing the breath which is staying outside. Completely observe all part of your breath. And at the same moment, observe your breath is long and deep, or your breath is short and shallow. You are not changing the rhythm of your breath, simply observing as it is. Keep on observing the breath, observing the temperature of your breath. Is the breath is warm? Is the breath is cool? Or is it normal? What I am experiencing when I am observing my breath. Keep on intensify your attention deeper and deeper, connecting more deeper inside your breath. Is my breath is heavy or is it light? Completely acknowledge our own experience without changing. When you keep observing your breath at the same moment, observing your body. What sensations I am feeling. Sensation are the language of our soul. Am I feeling heaviness, lightness, tingling, vibration, itching, pain, numbness, expansion, contraction, or whatever the sensation? So first keep observing the breath and observe the head. Down and down to your forehead. Down and down to your eyes, right eye, left eye. Right ear, left ear. Completely attending your nose. Completely attending your cheeks, right cheek, left cheek. Attending your lips, upper lip, lower lip. Down and down to your chin. Down and down to neck and throat area. Shoulders and arms. The whole back, upper back, middle back, lower back, chest area, abdomen area, all the way down and down through your hip, buttocks, genitals, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles and toes. Completely be aware about the sensation in your body. Even when you connect to your ancestors, you can get sensation. The sensation speaks the language of the soul. So completely connect to the sensation in your throughout your body without changing any sensation, accept as it is. And slowly bring your awareness in your heart space, the space inside your chest, in between diaphragm and shoulder, between the sternum and back of your spine. You can feel a space inside your chest called heart space. Keep on observing the breath. This is the space called astral space, Sukshma Sharira, your emotional body, your astral body. The space which help to connect, help to feel. So with every breath, I like to go deeper and deeper inside this space. The space which expand and expand, ready to include all our ancestors. This space has no limitation. It's ever expanding. So simply allow that space to expand. With every breath which is coming, allow the space to expand. And keep allow the inner light to brighten inside your heart.
With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into a sacred silence. The silence of Mauni Amavasya, where words dissolve and the heart listens. The mind becomes still, and you are in perfect harmony with the present moment. Breathe into the stillness. And as you exhale, surrender into this sacred quiet. Now imagine yourself seated at the sacred Triveni Sangam, where the holy rivers Ganga, Yamuna, and the mystical Saraswati merge into one. Feel their pure flowing waters surrounding you, cleansing you, and rejuvenating you. From the Ganga, receive the energy of purity and liberation. From the Yamuna, absorb the essence of devotion and love. From the Saraswati, welcome the wisdom of the unseen and the eternal. As the waters flow around and through you, allow them to wash away all the heaviness, all the burdens. Let yourself dissolve into their sacred embrace. You are now one with the rivers, one with their divine energy. Silently whisper in your heart, I bow to the sacred waters. I receive their blessings. I am cleansed. I am renewed. I am free. Now, gently let us invoke our ancestors, those who came before you, those who walked the earth, lived, loved, and paved the way for you. See them standing behind you, a lineage of wisdom, strength, and love. Feel their presence, their support, their unseen hands guiding you. With gratitude, silently say in your heart, my beloved ancestors, I honor you. I thank you for your blessings, your struggles, and your love. May your wisdom flow through me. May your light guide me. I receive your energy with love and gratitude. Feel a golden stream of light flowing from them into you, filling your body with their blessings, strength, and healing energy.
Completely allowing yourself to welcome all your ancestors. You can feel that gathering around you. You are standing in the center. Everyone is around you. Just observe the energy from your mother's lineage and father's lineage. Some of you already know. So once you know, you can smile. And some of you don't know, you have no idea, but still you can smile. And you can deeply observe in this moment, in this current time period, what experience you are going through is connected with an ancestor. When you intend, when you want to know, you stay there from this crowd, that ancestor appear in front of you. You just stay there. That ancestor go through the same patterns, similar experience. Once you intended and be there patiently trusting, that ancestor appear in front of you. You can introduce yourself. I'm so and so, coming from 2025. So I'm following so and so pattern in my life. I'm experiencing difficulties. It can be physical, it can be an illness, it can be emotional or in relationship or mental mind level disturbance. Whatever it is, you can express the pain you are going through. The ancestor which appear in front of you exactly go through the same experience, similar pattern. It can be a male figure, it can be a female figure, whatever the figure coming to you. Completely acknowledge. So in this moment, when you deeply observe that ancestor, you understand what is the reason you are following this ancestor. Is that ancestor is excluded from the family system? Or is that ancestor is unacknowledged? Or that ancestor's death is not able to accept? Whatever is spontaneously, telepathically coming in this moment, acknowledge. And you can completely honor and respect that ancestor's fate. You can tell to that ancestor, I honor and respect your fate. And I can take a new path to live a different life by receiving your blessing. So bless me, because I take it this path to include you in this family, to give you a special place in our heart. So I see you, I understand you now. Feel that energy. You can hug that person. You can bow down and touch the feet. Whatever you feel spontaneously, you can do. You can acknowledge. And also you can ask blessings from everyone. You can open your heart to include everyone. Feel like everyone is inside your heart, including your parents, grandparents, great grandparents. See inside your heart, they are all inside. Your great great grandparents, your great 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 grandparents, great 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 grandparents, and so many, their siblings. So many connections. Feel the existence of everyone inside your heart. More and more you are including, more and more you can understand in your life whom you follow, whom you are denying. So many things step by step you can understand. You can know the DNA you are connecting. So completely include them. Feel their presence and observe the sensation arising when you feel their presence.
Just say silently, I'm grateful for my ancestors, for their love and guidance. And as you are standing with this divine connection, you're also aware of the planets being aligned above you, showering you with the divine energy of the cosmos. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel the silence. The ancestors, the cosmic energies, and the sacred rivers, all merging into one radiant presence within you. I am grateful for the universe and its divine alignment. I am grateful for these sacred rivers and their cleansing flow. I am grateful for my ancestors. I am blessed. I am whole and I am at peace.
Completely feel your breath more and more connected, integrating all the experience, all the insights along with your breath. Every out breath exhalation is deepening your awareness, integrating whatever you experiencing, whatever the insights you are gaining, whatever the understanding which is flowing. Completely stay there for another 3 more minutes in deep silence. Last 1 minute in deep silence. Thirty more seconds. count from 1 to 5. The count reach 5, you can gently coming back. 1. Every day and every way, you are connecting more and more deeper and deeper with your ancestors. 2. You completely allow the flow of love flowing, and you are easily receiving through your parents, your father and mother. 3. You take a decision to live your life as a gift for your parents and ancestors. 4. Gently feel your body, connecting back to your body, ground yourself. Feel like your ancestors are like roots, like a tree. You feel you are a tree and your roots are like your ancestors growing down and down. Feel the grounding, and it helps you to elevate yourself, and it helps you to fruitful in this life, purposeful in this life. Completely ground yourself. By the count 5, rubbing your palms, place it on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. 5. Anybody love to share their experience?
Sir, I want to share when you ask to trust that image, bring that ancestor in front of me. So I actually wanted to work when I was invoking them for a specific thing that I am experiencing. But I could not see anybody. I could see only myself. So it was a little confusing for me because you said bow down to your ancestor. I'm like, okay. So technically I did bow down to myself, but I could see only myself. And that image was from the year 2021, which is like younger version of me only. So I couldn't, even energetically, I couldn't see or I couldn't feel any of my ancestors. Collective energy was definitely I could experience, but specifically I could only experience myself and nobody else. So I couldn't understand, like, okay, you said like I am trying to include you in the family, so I opened my heart, something like that you were guiding. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm already trying to include myself, but I understand like I can be my own ancestor. I may not know the story, but it was a little confusing for me. But anyway, I did it.
Sometimes in our life, several times, we may be identified with any ancestor. So when you share this, maybe in that time period when you deeply observe, you may be identified. Maybe you don't know it and you don't need to know sometimes. But with that identification, you are experiencing any exclusions in that time period. So now it's time to include that person. It's wonderful. Sometimes our self itself come in this session.
We are our ancestors.
Because it comes in that particular age period. You're 21 years.
No, 2021 you said, right?
2021.
Yeah,
Okay.
2021. Yeah, it was specifically 2021, like 1 year after COVID.
Okay, that year. Okay.
Yes.
Because especially in that COVID period, a lot of people connected to their ancestors because there is a lot of depth connections are there. That energy has a lot of depth in that time period. So that help us to easily connect to the other realm.
And whatever you had asked for, maybe the source of what you have to work on would have started in 2021. That's a message for you. Okay. Thank you.
And it's always interesting to include oneself into the family. Because sometimes we exclude ourselves with certain identification.
Yeah. Because you're different from others. You've been living differently, then it's a natural self exclusion.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Both of you are sharing. I do understand. Maybe I'll speak to you about it later because it's really deep. And right now I just want to be with this experience and I don't feel like talking much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to share or ask?
Can I share,
Yeah,
Priya?
yeah.
And thank you for this meditation. And one beautiful experience is that, like, for past few days, actually I wish to go for Kumbh Mela, but due to certain situation in my house, I'm not completely going there. Also, not planning completely. But nowadays I do a practice what that is the same thing you right now you guided us to do. I'm so grateful that I could do that in this collective group as well. I enjoyed it, like taking a snan in that Triveni Sangam. So like I feel so connected to that. And today I felt it very deeply. And sorry, I don't know why I'm getting more emotional right now. But it was so beautiful experience. So that is one thing I wanted to share with you first. And later, the ancestor thing also. That also I started continuously from past 2 months, I think, 2 or more, November onwards. I'm doing this practice like every morning. In our puja, there is Disha Vandanam is there, right? So I am connecting in this way like 5 elements of our body, and then Surya, and also our masters, and the side which is there, I think south is no, yeah, southwest is dedicated to southwest, or right now I'm getting confused, sorry. But I know which side I am facing. That side is dedicated to our pitrus. Oh, pitru
Pitrupaksha.
pitrufyunam. Yeah. You're bowing down to our ancestors. So every day, starting my days in that way. So nowadays, I'm more connecting my ancestors, and starting with seeing my parents, both my papa and amma, and bowing down to them, and connecting very easily to them. And today, when you guided this also became so emotional, and I'm so glad that I could able to do this also in a group. And here also, I saw the ancestor, like seventh generation back to my Amma's lineage, and where the same thing or what Deepa said, I'm seeing myself there, but the thing is that it is not related to me, but the mother in that generation, uh, she married to some other religion. Okay. And we didn't include that person. I thought first, I felt like, oh, okay, this mother was excluded, but this mother was not excluded. It was coming like my right eye only started to tear up more and more. And then I was thinking why it is okay. Suddenly a male figure came. So I believe that this is something which we have to include. I'm trusting in that way. So this is my experience. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want to share something. I want you to do this meditation again. And you said you want to go for the Kumbh Mela.
Yes, Priya.
Your emotion connected over here when you're connecting to the reverse is connected to your inability to create that reality for you. Which ancestor are you following that you're not able to come out of this? Just intend and do it.
Yeah, I will
work on this, okay? Because I know this is going to hit you very emotional, because something when you decide that, okay, I want to go for Kumbh Mela, which is coming after 144 years. This is not something you can go back in this lifetime.
Yes.
So if you have an urge to go, create that reality. Nothing stopping.
Yes, Priya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else wants to share? Everybody listen.
Yeah, I just quickly add one, like at least my feeling.
Yeah.
So, like I said, just recently, yesterday only conducted the 12th day ceremony. So, something similar, like as you know, we call the last 21 generations of the ancestors on the left hand side. The middle is my father, and the right hand side is the what you call Vishnu's dutas or whatever. Then finally we merge all of them together. So that feeling, like now also you told me to call, I mean, or visualize all the mother's side and father's side. So surprisingly, many times we think about our grandfather and their grandfather, but many other people also came into the thought, like somebody who was, because we are a joint family, so generally they speak about that grandfather's brother who had some problem, but that he was very good at spiritual things, and his face also came into picture. Somebody who passed away with some serious diseases, and he also came into picture. So it was a good feeling somehow, like we are remembering them, and they are also kind of like recently I was talk because my father passed away, we were talking about what is next, and then like I said, I like the Triveni Sangam and then Mahakumbh is also another thing. But we also wanted to, suggestion was that we need to go to Gaya Srath if you do. So they say that all the ancestors are waiting there for some of the lineage to come there and offer their, prayers. So this was like that, okay, somebody was waiting for one of us to remember them and include, something like that. I felt a feeling. Somebody was forgotten. We don't generally speak about them, but their face also came into that group. So that was a very good feeling. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll wind up for today. No more questions, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you as well. Have a beautiful day.